Hey there everyone, how's it going? So it's been 1 year since my last Automobilista 2 benchmark, so I decided to run another one just in case, see what has changed as far as performance goes, because the game has changed so much over time, so it's safe to assume that perhaps it got a little more demanding. Let's look at the settings together and then jump into a short race and compare figures. So performance, we have everything on Ultra. This one does not go to Ultra. MSAA is locked to high. Everything else maxed out as far as the eye can see. God, hold up. Gotta use the steering wheel for that. Yeah, you can see all maxed out. The ones that are not on Ultra, they cannot go on Ultra, so yeah, maxed out. Let's jump into a very short 10-minute race and see how the frames go. So I'm using a very demanding scenario here, 4 p.m., which is lighting wise it's one of the most demanding ranges, like 5 p.m. usually in 6. And we have rain. We start with light rain, then we switch to normal rain, so we can see the difference between both rains as far as frames go. And we're running a full grid of stock cars 99.9 that came with the latest update, and of course Interlagos. So yeah, that's about it. It's important to keep in mind I'm not a good driver, so don't mind if I crash, and I most likely will. The whole point here is the benchmark itself. So yep, let's go. Let's jump straight into it. 97 FPS, looking pretty good. Go. That was not too bad. Starting last. I'll keep my distance because, you know, rainy weather, you never know what it could. As you can tell, the frames are not very good right now. They're not below 60, but they're all over the place, which might be because I'm recording. You generally run with V-Sync on because I have a 60 Hz panel, so no point going above that. Oh well. .98 FPS, not bad. Almost 100 with rain. Ultra settings, boy. Not shabby. Now 91. Very far back the grid. Temperature is looking slightly too hot, but that's due to my awful weather. It's far too hot. There we go. I try to stay around the back because, you know, the more cars on screen, more strain on the graphics card. Then we can see how it actually performs. Because, you know, some people test without any cars, like hot lapping, and then you buy the game thinking, okay, I'm gonna run it just fine. And you race a full grid and it's like sub 60, unacceptable. But here, as you can tell, it's decent enough. We're looking at very solid 90 plus. Sometimes it drops to 80, but that's about it. It's a good margin. So yeah, like 20 FPS more than we actually need. Actually more than 20, like 28 more than we actually need. It roars. Look at that. These are a fun car, honestly. Brings back memories from a childhood. That's what I used to see on TV back in the late 90s. It's great. And they drive very, very nicely as well. Very tame. It's not a lot of power. It's manual 5-speed. A whole lot of fun. She just blazed through. Oh. As you can tell, it's still very, very new to the whole manual thing. Not very familiar. No, I should, but definitely not. So, mistakes might happen. I hope you guys don't mind. Not gonna go for aggressive because it's rain and I'm not sure what could happen if I go far too aggressive over here. I don't want to crash and, you know, because you guys know I'm bad already, because, you know, but I don't want to make it seem even worse than it is, so I'm gonna try and be very conservative here with the driving. Don't want to risk too much. Nothing to lose here. It's just a benchmark. You know, I'll get cool points if I win or anything. Not like there would be any merit at that, because I'm running like 90% AI, so like it would be like it's just like winning on easy. I mean, I know it's not easy per se, but compared to like actual YouTubers that do this for a living, this is like child play basically. Oh god. Yeah, you can really tell that I'm not very good with manual. But I'm trying my best, honestly. I always forget to blip on downshifts. Flip the gas. Takes some getting used to. I mean, I've been racing paddle shifting like for so long now, since forever, so it's kind of hard to get off that mentality. Mostly when I still race them like every day, so in ACC. Kind of hard to like rewire the brain. Hey, this is manual. Okay, we're looking at 81 now. The frames dropped a lot. That could be because of the rain, because it increased. Oh yeah, 5 minutes. That's right about when it switches. So now we have actual rain, and it's far more demanding. As you can tell, we lost 10 frames on average. 10 FPS just gone down the drain like that, and now more than 10. Oh boy. And the temperatures are skyrocketing. Same for the usage. And the car is all over the place. Oh my god. I'm just gonna try not crash. Ooh, we have no grip whatsoever at this point. No grip. And the car is like trying to kill me. I swear to god, what the hell is going on? What is going on? I can't see anything. Jeez, oh, the tires. Oh, it's not suitable for that. Oh boy, I forgot to use rain tires. That's why. Okay, this is gonna be fun. So we're basically going with standard dry tires on wet. This is not gonna work. It's gonna be like Battle Royale at this point. Oh lord, the car is just not, it doesn't stick to anything. It's like I'm ice skating with a car. There's like no grip whatsoever. Like this is so how do I even describe? I don't know, honestly. It's different. And I like how the force feedback's so informative. Like it tells me what the car is trying to do here, so I can stay on top of it, even though it doesn't seem like so, because I'm literally dancing. Look at that. The car's all over the place. This is awful. And that frame is still 77 something. Temperature is not very cool, but god damn it, 80 degrees, that's very hot. It's okay. Look at us, just one step at a time here, trying to keep the car. This is basically a rally at this point. Oh my god, come on, move. Yeah. I cannot keep the car going a sort of straight line. It doesn't want to go straight anymore. It just refuses. Understandably so, but gosh. Where's the key? Oh. It doesn't help that I can see anything. I mean, I kind of can, but Jesus. Alright, that's the hard part. It's the swimming pool. This main straight, I don't know if you can call it a straight because it's clearly not a straight per se, but sort of. It's so like, it's kind of like a swimming pool. The car is just fighting for the grip. Look at that. It's so wet. God. Alright. Ah, jeez. Alright, it's the final lap, I guess. 1 minute. It's not one. Yeah, that is one, because the MSI thing is covering it, so I can't really see. But I'm assume it is one. Oh, Jesus. This is so nerving. Come on. Come on, England! Oh, jeez. It's just so hard. Never seen anything like that before. Sorry, mister. Sorry, I didn't mean to. It's so straight up horror now. Oh, look, I took the lead somehow. Here we go. And cinematic. Oh my god, this is so hard. I went off track. Please, no spin. Come on. Jesus, look at that. I cannot keep the car going straight at all. And of course, I went off track fully. But still, there's hope. And of course, there's hope. They're no match for my expertise on what the car doesn't want to. I point it one way, goes the other way. Like, jeez, what the hell is going on here? This is awful. This car. What the hell? I'm actually struggling. I swear to God, I've never struggled that much with a car. Like, God. Even on gravel, I've never seen a car behave this way. Like, it's actually so wild. And the graphics are nice. 87, look at that, we're getting the frames, boy. Either way, even though we're struggling, like visibly struggling, which I'm sorry for that. Yeah, I'm not much of a range driver myself. I can barely hold my own on dry, so you can't imagine. But, here we go. I didn't really think I could win, but we won. I mean, not much of an area, I said before, because potato AI, so like it's not much of an achievement, honestly. But there you go. That's the benchmark. Good average, above 60. Significantly above 60. So yeah, the 2070 can more than run this game under any sort of condition above 60 FPS. Full grid, you know, any track, any weather setting, it just tackles it very nicely with a good margin. So you could even like go higher on screen res, perhaps quad HD, maybe 4K, like with a few things on high, no anti-aliasing of course, but it's still, I would imagine it's doable. And yeah, but the sole point here is that it does run very well. We went with a very intensive approach because, you know, rain and the full grid and starting from the back, so all the cars on the screen at all time during like half of the race, because eventually I went through the grid. But yeah, that was very satisfying. So you can look at the old benchmarks and compare what has changed as far as performance goes. I'm very satisfied, honestly, with how it runs currently. I was already satisfied with how it ran before, even more so now, because they tweaked the tracks and stuff, and it still runs very decently, which is amazing. It's refreshing to know that even so, they have been like tweaking the game so much, it's still basically the same figures as of before. Like with my frames locked to 60, it's just about the same, because I always play with VSync on, as I mentioned before. It's about 50-60% usage, so that's very nice. I love that. Well, yeah. So that's time to say goodbye. I hope you guys enjoyed it. In the sections down below, if you have any feedback, whether it's positive or negative, it's much appreciated. So you all have a great one. And that's a goodbye for me. See you guys next one. If you guys want any specific benchmark, any game you want me to test, also comment section. So yeah, goodbye.